Alright guys, welcome back. Today we are building a Tofu 60 to replace my office board. So it's been a while since I'm using that board. It's the Fecker Alice. I've been using that one for probably about a year. Technically it is an Arisu layout for the enthusiast of you, right? Because of the arrows, whatever, let's call it an Alice for simplicity today. So I've been using that one and it's been very good. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Now I'm starting to see a couple of problems, I would say, for me and my personal job. The main one is the layout, so not the actual key layouts, but the difference between NC and ISO. Because I switch between languages quite a lot and I use mostly European languages, English not being my mother tongue, I sometimes lack certain keys that I would need for certain languages that are not placed the same way. So you can memorize them, but some of them are ultimately almost impossible to find, and I can show you an example later, but this is a whole chunk of the topic. The layout discussion has been going on for years. Which one is better, which one is worse? Doesn't matter. Fact is, I have sometimes a bit of a hard time finding the keys I want. This is one. And the other one is the fact that, well, being very affordable, that board is fully plastic. So I can probably show you, I don't know if it's gonna pick it up, but when you, like, it has a big amount of flex, which is pretty cool, but this is fully plastic, so it creaks quite a lot. This is really much nitpicking, right? I'm just gonna say that after a few hours at work, when you've been typing all day long for, let's say, 7-8 hours, you've been typing text, talking to people, trying to figure things, it gets a bit annoying, but again, nitpicking. So far, this is not the topic of today, it's just for a bit of background. Today we're checking out that board, which we will build together. That thing is heavy, baby. And this one, as some of you can tell, I will show you closer anyway. This one, the Tofu 60, so this is the 2.0. This one has a French layout, actually, like the keys right now are French. On that previous board, I was using Aqua Kings. These ones are Oil Kings, so still a bit heavy, but I'm learning to like lighter switches. I'm a clicky and heavy switches boy, so I'm learning how to like and how to give some love to light switches. So these ones are 59, I think, 55, probably 55. This one is the dark red, I think they call it burgundy, I'm not entirely sure. I would call it burgundy, but yeah, that one is the dark red with the brass weight, and the plate is aluminum, and it's the ISO plate. And I'm using these 4 keys at the bottom as arrows. I am using Mac at work, so this is going to be a Mac keyboard, like a Mac layout keyboard. And I'm using Via. Let me know how you pronounce it. I have no clue. Both I think are the same. But I'm using that software to remap the keys so that I can also have an extra del here, because I only have a backspace. And yeah, I have to be honest, the difference is, I don't even know how to explain it, you can tell. The difference is so big, it's crazy. This is by far my most premium board, I would say. A lot of people would argue that Tofu is not that much of a big premium board, but for my collection, right, it is. And the quality, the finish, the unboxing, the building experience, everything is just good. There's literally nothing I can say I dislike, except one thing that is just a me problem, is when you are using the rubber domes, when you have to sandwich pack the case all together, it can get a bit finicky to make them all line up. This is the only thing. I have had no issue so far. One thing to mention though is that with Mac, I can see sometimes on the wake up screen, because I use a MacBook, so it's a laptop that I move around, and then I'm usually hooking up the laptop to a couple of screens and a sort of dock, kind of, but this is a USB see-through. pass-through, sorry. And yeah, sometimes the waking up screen, like when you try to wake up the computer, the keyboard is disconnected. I think it's just both the fact that it's a Mac and the fact that it's the sleep mode on a screen with a pass-through, and the fact that it's a company. So there's a lot of things that, you know, the company is managing. So I guess all of that together makes the keyboard a bit confused sometimes. But I mean, it's pretty much like an unusual environment, I would say, for like this kind of devices, right? I mean, if you buy an expensive gaming mouse and you hook it up at work in a big company, I think you might have some problems as well. You can't install the software, for example, right? Anyway, so far, no issue whatsoever, except these two small things, which are definitely not a problem. If I hook it up directly to the laptop, no issue whatsoever. So I've built this keyboard with the domes that were the middleweight. So there are 3 different weights you can choose from. From top of mind, it's 50, 60, and 70 grams. So this plus going for lighter switches than I'm used to gave way too much bounce to the keyboard. So I was not really able to type accurately what I wanted. Basically, I was making a lot of typos because it was too easy for me to mispress 2 keys at once. So later on, I dismantled the keyboard and used the heavier dome, because when I tested it by the first build, I was thinking that the heavier seemed to be very stiff. Now, since again, I moved from very heavy switches in general to a way lighter board, I found out that these gives me a little bit more feedback that I'm used to, and improves a little bit my comfort. But this is my personal, my personal way of liking keyboards. There's still a massive amount of flex. I get the hype. It's just a very good board. It's comfortable. It's very high quality. There's nothing that was wrong. No strip screws. Looking at you, Glorious, and looking at you with your expensive board and goddamn strip screws on the PCB. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon, and take care. And again, Happy New Year to you all, you guys.